What is it about internet mysteries that always seems to captivate us? I didn't expect my Blank Room Soup video to do that good since the mystery is nearly 20 years old, but no, you guys are still very intrigued by these two wank doodles. And I think I've narrowed down the reason, or at least I formed a good hypothesis. We as humans love stories about morbid shit. I know it's a very hot take, no one said it before. But while it's true that humanity has always been curious about damn near everything, what separates internet mysteries from the rest is the fact that the internet is still so new. Now, what does that intro have to do with today's topic? Absolutely nothing. I just find it really interesting that the internet is kind of a modern way we share ghost stories. And today's ghost story is Zeppelin. If you have any other monstrous mysteries or mundane horror topics for me to talk about, please throw them in the comments down below and I will look through all of your guys' suggestions. Every last one. Also, I just want to say thank you guys for getting my little Blank Room Soup video to nearly 20,000 views. Absolutely crazy. I kept seeing it spike up day by day. I've been checking the comments. I still got to respond to a bunch of them, but thank you guys. That's actually where I got the topic suggestion for today's video, was actually in those comments below. So please feel free to leave whatever suggestion it is. I don't care if it seems stupid, throw it in the comments. I will check it out. But now let's get on to Zeppelin. We have a lot to talk about. Now, at first glance, I thought I had this widespread crazy-ass mystery on my hand, but I think I ended up making more questions for myself than answers. You see, there's honestly not a lot to go off of with these three videos. Starting off with the first video, simply titled, That's the Bit. I still have no idea how anybody titles YouTube videos with just a blank space. And to answer your question, yes, I am too lazy to look it up, but apparently I'm not too lazy to put in hours of research into this. So in the first video, we see a person in red attire playing the piano while donning a bizarre mask. If I zoom in and enhance using this overpriced piece of shit, you can barely make out red paint on the right side of the pianist's face. Or should I say left side? I honestly think the video's flipped. Oh yeah! My only reason for believing this is just because the #1 sign's just flipped in the background, and I think it's kind of interesting. I mean, why would they go out of their way to do this? There are a lot of questions. I'm not really focusing on the #1 right now, but I have a firm belief that the #1 is an indication that the video is flipped for some reason. And yeah, I know, maybe someone just flipped the sign in the background, but I think it's a lot easier to flip your entire video than going out of your way to flip the #1 and then put it as a sign in the background. Back to the mask though, you can see the markings much better in the thumbnail as well as the profile picture for the YouTube account. I tried, but I couldn't find an origin for the mask.
Oh, I don't know. So what's that mean?
It kind of reminds me of Leatherface's dinner mask from the Texas Chainsaw 2. The red attire, on the other hand, gives us a little more to work with. Surprisingly, this was the first thing that caught my eye when watching this video, because aside from the mask, the dress is the only thing that gives us something to go off of visually on the person. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and do it peacefully, but I believe this dress is called a kurti. Please don't knock me for the pronunciation either, okay? A traditional Indian dress that's been around for centuries. Now, this doesn't fully confirm that the video takes place in India. This just kind of helps us get a stance that the video could be of Indian origin or the creator has some Indian heritage. Which then got me thinking about the location of the video. Because to me, it looks as if this was recorded in a school. Probably in the back of a gymnasium or something along those lines, where ARG Michael Jackson decided, hey, I'm gonna play a few notes. And hell, I'll give it to him. It paid off extraordinarily well. And speaking of hell, that's the confirmed location of this video. Yeah, right there in the description. just straight up hell. You click on the location and come to find out there's a village in Norway. You click on the location and come to find out there's a village in Norway called Hell. This village wasn't just named after the realm of eternal damnation though. Hell stems from the word this, which roughly translates to mean overhang or cliff cave. There's also the goddess Hel. She rules over the Norse underworld where all the pussies who didn't die in a blaze of glory go. We could dive into the Thor Ebonics for an entire video by itself, so let's move on. Point being, this is a real location. The problem is, I don't know if they're just referring to the actual hell in some kind of creepy symbolic art house way, or just giving away the location of the actual hell village to give more context clues. This part my ass is stumped on. And surprisingly, while watching the original video, I already made my conclusion. Simply put, it's another blank room soup. Videos like this just cause dumbasses like me to go off and spend their entire weekend researching every minute detail. And even with my small following, I'm sure I gave them a couple of subs and views or something. But okay, I'm getting way too ahead of myself. Let's go ahead and move on to the second video. This one is titled beardance.mp4. Located in heaven this time. That's fucking wholesome. Okay, that's enough of that. Already we see this is drastically different from the first video. The music has a frantic and panicked sound to it, as opposed to the softer and tranquil vibe of its predecessor. I also tried finding both tracks, but that just turned out to be a bust. I even checked to see if it was a Led Zeppelin song, but nah. As far as I know, these are two original pieces. And they're pretty damn nice, if I might add. Going through all the comments, you kind of see the same thing. People just saying that this was recommended in their algorithm all of a sudden, randomly out of nowhere, which happened with Blank Room Soup too. So coincidence? Yep. But they're also saying that this music has a very nice, soothing, and often used nostalgic feel to it. Why is that? The consensus being a sense of dread fell for both videos. Yet I see more often than not, people will say that the first video's tune is quite soothing. This is something I think just barrels down to a mix of nostalgia and when you play an instrument slightly off tune. The nostalgia part being the poor audio and video quality, giving this hell piece a home movie kind of vibe. This is definitely something that'd be on America's Funniest Home Videos, or maybe Tosh.0. And that's where the comfort stems from. It's not some massive theatrical, big booming production that has the highest video quality and audio quality. It's just a person playing a piano in presumably a gymnasium or something. The out of tune aspect just adds to the imperfections of the video. It feels human in a strange sense. Let me know if y'all agree with me on this one. It's very similar to the liminal spaces people often get drawn to. There's deep-rooted memories and experiences in all of us, and these poor quality videos hit the spot. Moving on to the dancing bear. I don't know. I low-key thought you bastards just sent me a Rickroll. I was furious for a second. I mean, look at the way he's dancing. But fine, we'll go ahead and check out the location for the second and third video. They have been privated. It hasn't been explained explicitly, not that this person's really keeping us informed with context clues, but the videos have been privated. I know, you're frustrated. I was frustrated too. But there's a way around this. I found their SoundCloud and Instagram. All three of these songs are still up with their original names on the SoundCloud. And their locations have been turned into hashtags. And the location and hashtag for the second video is Heaven. The channel Zeppelin was created September 6th, 2020. A lot of crazy things have happened on this date, but one event in particular caught my eye: the Indo-Pakistani War of 1965. I am in no way a certified historian. I just like history and I have access to the internet. So please take everything in this conspiracy video with a grain of salt. And if I get any historical facts wrong, number one, I'm fucking sorry. And number two, just please correct me in the comments. Brief summary of the war: Pakistan commenced Operation Gibraltar, which had their military cross inside the Indian borders of Jammu and Kashmir. This was to help aid an insurgency of the mostly Muslim population against Indian rule. So on September 6, 1965, India responded by sending their troops across the international border to launch an attack on Pakistani Punjab.
So what's the correlation I'm trying to make here?
Well, first, Kashmir is often called heaven on earth. Second video's location, heaven. The lady in the first video, wearing a kurti. A popular Indian dress. Channel creation date? September 6th, 2020. Defense Day, September 6th, 1965. I rest my case. There is still a third video we have to go through. Now, for some reason, I can make these bullshit connections to Rick Astley and warfare, but I can't find the third video. I kid you not, I searched all over YouTube. I even checked Reddit. I cannot find a link for the third video. All I know is that the bear mask ascends to the sky and its location, or in this case, phrase, is family. I don't think there's any more I can say on these pieces of art. And yes, I am calling them pieces of art, because I genuinely think they are. Maybe there's a message, or maybe these breadcrumbs are just laid out to get people like me thinking there's a deeper meaning. But there isn't. We just make something out of nothing. Whatever the reason for their existence is, I firmly believe these are just a new run of modern day ARGs, which means alternate reality game. Forgot to mention that earlier. Basically what an ARG is, people will often upload blog posts, or in this case YouTube videos, that have an overarching storyline to them. They're very immersive because it feels like an actual person reporting something going on, or news, altercations, whatever the case may be. Think the Blair Witch Project or the Mandela Catalog is a very good example for a newer ARG. And what really hammers down that point even further is the fact that this channel has uploaded before. If we check its analytics, they've uploaded YouTube videos before and then promptly taken them down. Maybe this video has just been uploaded again and again, popping up once every couple years and then promptly taken down and forgotten by the internet. Until now, that is. With the millions of views it's gotten, I don't think this is going to be forgotten anytime soon. But that's just my little dark dive into the Zeppelin piano fiasco. Thank you all so much for watching and staying till the end of the video. It honestly means the world to me. I'm so excited that the Blank Room Soup video started blowing up. So I'm kind of hoping this one at least gets like 200 views. That would mean the fucking world to me. If you have any suggestions for other topics you want me to check out, go ahead and throw them in the comments down below. And as always, have a good one.